features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all features, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Don't get you tonight.
Located a mere 340 light years from Earth is a planet known as KOI 5AB, in the system known as KOI 5, in the constellation of Cygnus. What is unique about this planet and others in that system is the fact that it doesn't have just one, nor two, but 3 stars, and the people of that world have the unique right to legitimately claim that they have 3 suns. And joining us tonight will be astronomer Tina Cole to tell us about this unique galactic system and her new PBS program that explores this strange corner of the universe entitled My 3 Suns, this interstellar documentary series. Tina Cole is not an astronomer, and she does not have a program called My 3 Suns. Oh, My 3 Suns with an O instead of a U. Wait. I know this lovely woman. She's been on our show before. My bad. Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your absent-minded host, Vincent. With me is my precocious handler, the adorable Miss Tangela. And over here is... Where again did you say he went? Oh, of course. Not over here, but who would normally be stood to my side as well is not Mr. Livingston, who was kind enough to drive all the way to San Jose to pick up my shiny new pair of Ferragamo shoes, which I ordered last week. Does he know the way to San Jose? Back to my diatribe. We'll be joined by our old friend Tina Cole, who portrayed Katie Douglas on the hit TV show My 3 Suns. She's also a talented singer who made numerous television appearances with her band, the 4 King Cousins. I think it was a death metal band, if I remember correctly. And Tina will join us to watch The 27th Day from 1957. This is an interesting movie about 5 Earthlings abducted by an alien spacecraft who are then given superpowers in what appears to be a test of their humanity and self-restraint. You know, I wonder if these aliens are from the KOI 5 solar system. In any case, it looks like a fabulous film, and we think you'll all find it most amusing. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of interstellar fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. It's time for another installment of Creature Features. Did I do that spooky?
That would you could do it a little more.
A little more spooky?
Yeah.
It's time for another installment of Creature Features. I have too ridiculous of a face to be spooky. No.
Get crazy eyes. You need crazy eyes.
I can't do crazy.
Feature.
I like the way you do it better. Can you come back every week and
I'd
do this for
love
me?
to.
That'd be wonderful. We've got Tina Cole with us.
Hello.
You know, I was confused at the beginning because I thought we had astronomer Tina Cole coming on the show.
Another life.
No. No, you know, I think you'd make a fine astronomer.
Yes, why?
No, because you've got a name that sounds like an astronomer. Listen to it. Astronomer Tina Cole.
That works.
I mean, it sounds like a character in a film, right?
Oh, yes.
It could be a real life thing,
Yes.
too. So, Tina Cole, you did My 3 Suns.
I did.
I mean, you did many other things, But that's the one that puts you on the big map,
It
right?
did. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Very
Yeah, that's
grateful for
wonderful.
that.
Right. But you're a local girl.
Very close.
You were telling me you grew up in Orinda.
I did. Well, I went to
Orinda?
high school in Orinda. Grew up
Right.
in Los Angeles, but went to high school in Orinda,
Right.
and I live in Sacramento.
Nice.
So it's still in Northern California.
Right.
It's not that
right.
far.
Sacramento. How's Sacramento doing these days?
We're not quite flooded.
I know this rain. I
We
keep
love
hearing.
it.
People are going to think we're being like, Noah and the Ark type
yeah,
situation.
I know.
We're up on a hill, so we're fine. But the problem is if it floods down below, everyone's going to come up to our place, and we don't have enough loos.
Do you have a moat? Isn't there like a moat and you can put
Yeah, well,
alligators in it or
If
something?
the water comes up, it'll be like a giant moat, will it not?
Yes.
Right.
That will
yeah.
keep them out.
No, but the problem is that we don't have enough loos in this household to accommodate thousands
yeah.
of people.
They could use the moat.
Oh, right.
Is that what they used to do? Just
That's
throw it
right.
in the-
No, let it float in the moat. All right, so tonight we are going to watch The 27th Day.
Oh, yes.
Are you familiar with this one?
I am, believe it or not.
This is completely new to me.
Oh,
I'd never heard of this film.
I hadn't until you brought it up.
We don't show a lot of science fiction films. I don't know why.
Oh,
But this is like a science fiction.
yeah. Oh, yes.
Right. Yeah, we need to show more of those. I think it started with me trying to get Star Wars, and they said no. And I figured all the other science fiction they would say no too, but no, that's all right. on this one. Good. All right, and we're going to talk about what you've been up to as of late. You're going
Great.
to tell us some more stories about My Three Sons.
Absolutely,
And
whatever you'd like.
Your singing career. She's an accomplished musician, singer. So we're going to cover all that, but first we're going to start the
Wonderful.
film.
Yes.
All right, off we go. 27th Day. Please don't go away. Thank you. What do you think, Tina? Could I do Frankenstein?
Little too groovy.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, you got to be a little stiffer.
Stiffer.
Yes.
Because he's a corpse and I'm not. That's why. And he's got a flat head.
So I said, yeah.
I just got my haircut. What do
We
you
could
think?
put a book on it.
Oh, I would like to do the whole book thing where they teach you proper
Wouldn't that be interesting?
poise. Did you ever go to finishing school?
I went to cotillion,
What's this?
where it's like 12 years old, all the boys and girls, the boys in suits and the girls in little dresses with gloves, and you learned how to
Oh, how
dance
nice.
properly
Yes.
and do.
And this is
So
called
it's
what?
etiquette. It was cotillion in those days.
Cotillion.
But I have taught etiquette. I've actually taught and ballroom dancing to my students
Oh, how wonderful.
because it is a lost art.
Oh, it is? No.
Yes, it is. It's
No,
very,
we need more proper behavior as
we
well.
do.
I think the world would be a better place because it'd be more civilized, would it not?
The civility is gone.
That's right. No, we're going to bring it back. You
Good.
and me.
All right.
We're going to work on this. Welcome back to the show. We are watching The 27th Day with the wonderful Tina Cole from My Three Sons and the King
Family, the King cousins.
The King Cousins, yes.
Yeah.
This is a musical troupe.
Yes,
And you guys sang.
we did.
What's the most famous song you sung?
You mean of anybody's? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
We sang everybody's. We did every genre, except rap. That wasn't invented
No,
yet.
well, that's right. You were before your time, right?
Oh,
you couldn't
absolutely.
do rap back then. 'cause
Yeah,
it was
no rap. But we did a little of everything.
What do you think of this film?
I think it's very interesting.
It's
you'll
different. It's different than the normal stuff we
It
show.
is.
It is. No,
It is.
Now,
I'm
Tom was
dying
telling
to
me-
find out what they're up to.
Oh, we're going to find out
I
soon.
wanna know what the aliens
Tom
are
was
up to.
telling me that the spacecraft was used in Earth versus the Flying Saucers as well, and in an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, Hollywood is always reusing their props.
When I played before I was Katie on My Three Sons, I played a girlfriend, Joanne,
Right.
And I wore my own dress, a green dress with white cuffs and collar. Well, I wore that as Katie when I joined as Katie.
Right.
And I didn't realize it. Neither did anyone on the show.
So there was no wardrobe that said, here,
That
put
said,
this on?
hey, this was my own. And my fans said, this is when Facebook, this is like
Right.
when social media came out. Why is Joanne wearing the same dress that Katie is?
So what was
we recycle
what
everything.
was the time difference between the two roles?
It was in another state. It was another city. And 2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a testament to you that you still fit that costume, that
Good
wardrobe.
call. Thank you.
In 2 years. So that's fine. Tell your
I
fans
knew I
to
liked
take
you.
that.
Yeah.
So what was it like? I mean, was it like grueling work every day, showing up under those hot lights?
It was a job.
Right.
It was a job. And it was very interesting because of the way we shot around Fred McMurray all the time.
Right.
And so there were days when we would do bits and pieces of maybe 4 or 5 different scripts.
Right.
So we had no idea when people say, oh, do you remember that episode when you did this? And I
No,
have
you
no
don't.
recollection because it was all pieced together.
Right.
And if we didn't see it in the first run on television, you only had one chance to see it, and that was the rerun in the summertime.
You know who tells the same story? And you know him, John Provost.
Exactly. Well, yes.
He always tells the same thing. He never knew as a child, too. He's filming all these different pieces of different episodes, and it was all a
Because of the way they had to shoot her,
Right.
especially for the children.
and
yeah.
the locations too. It's
Oh,
like,
sure.
all right, we've got 3 scenes coming up in 5 episodes for this location. Let's shoot them all now.
Oh, yeah. The funny one was when I was pregnant with the triplets, and I had.
And you were not actually pregnant.
I was not.
Your character.
Yes, my Katie was pregnant, and usually up to that point, women just put a pillow around their waist.
Right.
And our producer wanted me to look pregnant, so he had a whole bodysuit made for me. And they padded every month. They'd pad a little more padding with lamb's wool and
wonderful.
foam on the bust
Wow.
and the belly.
Right.
And I had these 3, like the 3 bears, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear, hanging in my dressing room. Every time you'd open up the door, these bellies would be hanging out.
My goodness.
And one day I had to shoot 9 months pregnant, already having had the children, not even pregnant, just dating or just getting married. I mean, it was all in one day.
My goodness.
Crazy.
And you're pulling these things in and out. No, what a mess. All right, what do you say we get back to this movie?
Love it.
And when we come back, I want to look at your new book.
I
You've
would
just got
love
a new book.
to.
Wonderful new book. All right,
Thank you.
off we go back to the 27th day, 1957, and we will see you on the other side of the break. See you soon. My goodness, it's coming down like cats and dogs.
It's yes.
We're having some rain out here, in case you hadn't noticed. It's, what I like about the rain is it makes things wet. It's like the plants like to be wet. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not used to having this bloke standing here doing mail time. Typically living. I figured he'd be back with my new shoes. Not yet?
Well, maybe he's doing other things.
Oh,
Lunch.
it's possible. In any case, welcome back to the show. Miss Tina stepped away for a moment so we could do some mail because she won't share a chair. Yeah, you're tiny. You could sit on the arm of the chair with her, and she claims that chair is hers, and it's my chair. I decide who gets to sit in it. In any case, we're going to do some mail. What do you got for us, Mr. Andrew?
It's like one from Texas.
Texas. It's a postcard with Texas. It says the Lone Star State. Why do they call it that?
It's got 1 star.
Oh, it's only got 1 star. If you look up in the sky, you only see 1 star.
According
All
to
right?
that.
I don't know. All right. Well, I see lots of star cities here. In any case, this is from Julie Castro, or Julie Castero. No, Julie Castro. And she goes, Dear Vincent, Mr. Livingston, and the beautiful and mischievous Tangela, that she is, mischievous, I don't know about the other stuff. I promised Tangela when I was at East Bay Comic-Con that I would send a postcard from Texas. Thank you for all the selfies and autograph pictures. I was so excited to meet all of you. So, in case you don't know, we did a convention called East Bay Comic-Con in Concord, California. That was back in February, was it not? Mm-hmm. No, we were there and we did photos. You know, when we do conventions, we don't really sell things. We just do photos with our friends and have fun. I mean, I don't want to sit at a table and sell things. You know, Superman does that, but I'm not Superman, so I won't do it. Let's see. She goes, it was great seeing you in person. I used to watch on Coffee TV 20, but now watch you on YouTube since moving to Texas from California. I hope you can attend more conventions. I love your show. Thanks for all the great fun. A forever fan, Julie Castro. Well, thank you so much, Julie, and we hope things are going well in Texas. She does not say where in Texas she's from. Maybe she's in all these cities. I don't know. What else you got?
A blue one.
A blue one. All right, this is from Beverly Dancy. Oh, that's a nice name. Dancy. It's like fancy, but it's Dancy. Maybe she dances.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Beverly, I wonder if people call her Bev. Bev Mirage. I don't know. Dear Creature Feature crew, I'm reaching out to you from the spooky little state of Rhode Island, home of the Conjuring House, the original Vampire Lore, the Dark Shadows Mansion, and the famous Ghost Hunters crew. Ever since I discovered your show on Roku and YouTube, I just can't stop watching. I suffer from insomnia, and the movies you show remind me so much of my youth. You know, lots of people with insomnia watch our program so they could sleep. It's true. I mean, if I'm tired and I cannot sleep, I will watch our show and I'll fall asleep quickly. I love watching the old actors in their prime and plots that didn't twist your brain into knots. I find the host stylish in his rocker black leather. She's talking about me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not wearing much leather. It's just a tiny little piece of leather right there. So all the leather is on my shoe and on the collar. That's it. And Tangela to be a ball of devilish fun. You know, I can talk about how much actual fun she is. She's trouble. So if you like trouble, I suppose that's good. Be careful with her. She's within striking range.
I know.
I would love to see her face off against that spooky lady in blue behind you. You know, she's actually friends with the ghost. She's the only one that ever sees her anymore. So that won't be happening for a while, but one of the other ghosts, maybe. And don't get me started on that haughty Mr. Livingston. So regal, so handsome. You know, it's a good thing he's not here. His nose would be going vertically upwards.
His head would just go...
Yes. Wishing you continued success, and now I'm a Patreon. Well, thank you so much for your support, Beverly, and thank you so much for writing to us. She didn't say where she's from. Oh, Rhode Island, yes. So, hope things are well in Rhode Island. Is that it?
No, we got a giant cardboard...
we've got a big one.
Cardboard letter.
A cardboard letter. Do you think somebody just writes large, and that's why they did this?
Possible.
All right, this is from Richard Kaiser. We've heard from Richard before. It's a unique name. Warren, Rhode Island. The other one was from Rhode Island, right? The blue was from Rhode Island. I wonder if it got planned that way. Maybe the mail comes in waves. Here, you can have this back. And what we got here? Oh, I see something nice here. All right, I know where we're going with this one. Oh, how nice. All right, so it's a wonderful painting created by Richard. Let me hold this up. Look at this. Look. Guess who? And you know, he modeled this from our Friday show, because I recall one Friday show, you were in the Bob Wilkins chair. That's actually Bob Wilkins' chair, you know. It's not like a fake rocking chair with a skull. Here, you take this. I'm sure she'll place that in a place of honor. And he goes, hi, Tangela, Vincent and Livingston, or Andrew. I'm inserting that myself. I know you're not too crazy about getting more than one correspondence from the same viewer, but I felt inspired to do one more portrait of Tangella. Now, we don't mind multiples people writing. No, it's nice sometimes. Because, we'll ask them on the air, oh, how are you? Thank you. And they write us back and they tell us how they are, right? So it's all right. But don't send us 20 letters. It'll be like, what's this head, and send us a letter every day. That's too much. All right, I felt inspired to do one more portrait of Tangella. This watercolor is of a Tangella in Bob Wilkins' chair. When I saw Tangella in the chair, I just had to paint her. The other painting of Tangella was shown on the episode with the oblong box. I recall that one. I think that's up in here somewhere. Hope you like the painting and keep up the great show, especially the black and white horror. Thanks, Richard Kaiser. Well, thank you so much, Richard, and we appreciate your wonderful work. Send us more. But if you do one of me, make me look pretty, not like I look now. In any case, that's it, right? Mm-hmm. That is it for mail. If you'd like to send us mail of your own, simply go to hellocreaturefeatures.com and you can get our email address, or you can get our physical mailing address, so that if you want to send a painting like Richard, you have a method of doing so. We'll be right back after the next segment of the movie, and in the meantime, I think Andrew's going to die.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
You know, Tina Cole, this film looks like an episode of The Twilight Zone. It
does, and the music too.
It's got the look and feel.
It does.
Right.
Yeah, especially with those when it goes, the big ball of white.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Twilight Zone-y.
And then you're telling me your favorite scene in this.
Favorite scene? No, I think it's hysterical. Okay, he gets in the car, and he turns on the radio.
Right.
He's got the with the gal, the English woman.
Right.
And there's this big band music comes on, and she says, "Oh, what's that?" And he said, "Rock and roll." And it's big band going.
You know, I figured that was just their version of rock and roll, right?
Yeah. You know, because adults didn't know rock and roll.
Oh, that's what it was. He was just guessing.
It was pretty, but it was just big band music,
right,
with a swing beat. And
did they call it big band back then? Did they actually call it big band back then?
I don't know.
Because it seemed like all music back then was big band, right?
It was.
So to call something big band, that's interesting. What in God's name is on my lap?
Is my life's work there.
Look at this beauty on the front. You know.
Do you remember her? I remember her.
I remember. This is amazing, because this looks like a contemporary movie star.
Really?
No, this photo looks like it was taken a week ago. I know it's you, and I know this is the way you looked before, but you look like somebody like modern, like you could be like, you could have your own sitcom right now.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
That'd be lovely. Tina Cole, My 3 Lives, a memoir.
You had to play on that. And do you notice that the logo, the 3, is the same logo from the...
It is. No, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, I snuck that in.
It's a silly font. Silly font. So let me see this here. You've got, oh my goodness, 352.
But that includes recipes.
352 pages. You felt you had to add recipes because there was not enough content in this tome.
Well, I love to cook. And I've created a lot of the recipes. There are only a few. But
there's
ones that are in there.
Illustrations.
My mother drew that. Mm-hmm.
No, there's illustrations, there's photos.
Lots of photos,
Wait, is there
folks.
a price on this?
Pardon?
There's no price. Typically, when somebody brings me a book,
Oh,
I can
know
see a
there's
price.
Yeah.
No, I like this. I don't think they should put numbers on a book.
Because Amazon will sell it at a different price. You know, it'll go on sale at Amazon, and what's a $30 book will now
Are
be
you
20.
saying that one has to go all the way to the Amazon to purchase this book?
Amazon would be good. If they want an autograph, you want an
Who-
autograph copy,
who needs to go
you go
to
to
a
my
jungle?
Facebook page.
Who needs to go to a jungle to buy a book?
Well, they love me in the Amazon.
Oh, well, I'd be afraid to get speared.
Or snakes. I wouldn't like snakes.
No, Amazon, there's large snakes in the Amazon.
Oh, yes. And those horrible fishies.
But it's in bookstores too as well, right?
No, it's online at Barnes & Noble online.
Oh, Barnes & Noble, I know this place.
Our publisher, Bear Manor. And you
Bear
can get
Manor.
it in a lot of libraries are getting it now.
Oh,
I have a
nice.
wonderful review from the
So you
Library
can read it for
Journal.
free if you have a library card.
Yes.
But no, I think you should buy the book because it's a nice book. I cannot tell you the price because it's not on the book. But it's a gorgeous book.
Thank
now,
you.
What percentage of this is My Three Sons and what percentage is your singing life and what percentage is your afterlife?
My second life is my career.
Right.
The main part of my, so that includes Hawaiian Eye, which was my first series.
Right.
And then My Three Sons and the King family and
Right.
the King cousins. But it's woven. It's hard when it's chronological and things crossed. You know, it's
Right.
So
Yes.
everything.
No,
weaves
and
in
My
and
Three
out.
Sons was like a very well-known thing you did, but that was, in hindsight, a short period in your entire career
Yeah.
and life, right?
You know, it's funny. There was a time when I was doing My Three Sons, the King cousins, the King family, game shows, talk shows. I was on 7 days a week on somebody's
That is
show.
insane.
Isn't that crazy?
No, crazy for you. Did you
Yeah,
go
it was
mad?
so much fun. I loved every minute of it.
So when did the craziness stop for you?
Probably around maybe 79.
79.
Yeah,
I love the
78,
70s.
79.
I love the 70s. You
Oh,
know,
the
there'll
70s
never
were
be a decade
wonderful.
like the 70s again.
I know.
You know, because the 60s were crazy, and the 80s were like sort of mellow, and the 70s was just,
Yeah, exciting.
it was the perfect combination of the two decades
Yeah,
mixed
and I
together.
loved the 70s music. I loved it. It was happy,
nice.
happy music.
The Carpenters.
Mm-hmm.
There'll never be another set of carpenters. I mean, we know we have actual carpenters that
That's right.
work with wood, but there will never be another
That voice,
set of
her
carpenters.
voice.
Right, yeah, she was the best. All right, I'm getting the signal. We got to get back to the
Oh,
film,
good.
but when we come back, we're going to talk some more about
and
this
remember
book.
remember the rock and roll. You gotta
Rock and
yeah.
roll. It is big band is not rock and roll.
No.
And vice versa. All right, we will see you on the other side of the break, I think, right? I don't know. Bye.
Hey, this is Red from Dayton, Ohio. I just discovered your show on YouTube. I think it's awesome. It's 10 times better and more entertaining than Spenguli. So I'll find more episodes and watch more, and if I can catch you on live TV, I'll do the same. Peace out, man. Thanks a lot.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned.
Can you imagine having this kind of power to create havoc on the other side of the globe?
What I can't imagine. Well, no, I can't imagine because people do it all the time.
I would like a miniaturized version where I could just not like get rid of a whole country, but I could say, Oh, get rid of him.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Make him go away.
Yes.
That would be nice.
That would be very nice.
I think they could sell quite a few of those.
But why is it in these kinds of movies that the aliens are always bad? They're always going to take over Earth. They're going to...
You know...
So we're terrified of the aliens and what they could do.
That's an interesting point, because that switched. That switched.
Didn't
like
it?
With like E.T. and
Yes.
with
It's Close Encounters.
Right. So it did switch a bit. Did you ever see the film Starman?
Loved it.
Wasn't that a wonderful film?
I loved that movie.
That was a wonderful film, and you know, it's one I've tried to get. We cannot get it yet because someday we'll get it. But no, wonderful film, and that's one of the Bridges. It's
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges,
and
then, what's her name? She was
it's-
Indiana Jones' first girlfriend. Karen? I want to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Karen Allen?
Karen Allen.
Is that her?
Yes, but who was the alien?
It was Jeff Bridges.
Oh, Starman. I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking of?
You're thinking of, what's his head? The singer.
Who was the Music Man?
Ziggy Stardust is who you're thinking of.
Who played the Music Man? In big Broadway guy. Robert Preston.
Robert Preston?
Yeah. I'm thinking of a whole other movie, but I love Starman. But there's another one.
Oh,
a kid
I want to see
on a
this
video
one.
game, and the aliens come and it's
Oh, okay. No, that's the last
The Last Starfighter.
Fighter, right.
Love
No, that
those
was good,
two
that was
movies.
good.
Those were
Yeah,
great
no.
movies.
And they came out about the same time.
Because they were positive
Right.
about that there is life somewhere else, and they're good. They're
No,
not all bad after us.
It's like the Star Trek shows. They were all like fairly positive, and then recently they've all gone dark. It's so sad.
Everything's
I cannot
gone
watch
dark.
it anymore. No. Anyways, so when's the next book coming out?
Oh,
I'll have this one
Dear
read by the weekend.
I have trouble writing a grocery list.
Oh, you know,
So
this was a big project.
labor.
I can see you put a lot of work into this.
I did. I wanted my voice. So there would be times where I would spend like an hour working on one sentence because it just didn't
Oh, I'm
feel
the
right.
same way.
But you know what really bothers me? There's some typos in there.
Oh,
And I
that's
don't,
all right.
I'm admitting it right now, so you don't have to write me.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. And you
No,
know,
but
that's your publisher's
Well,
problem,
he
not
promised
yours.
that with the next printing, which is
Right.
going to be in a couple
No,
months,
your publisher.
they're going to correct all of those. So don't write me about it because I'm very aware of it.
Right.
But
So
but
this
the
your first
voice
book,
is mine. It is my only book.
your first and only book.
Yes.
That's incredible. No, it's if I were to write a first book, it would be like this thing. It'd be like, right, I played music by. You know, that'd be
But that's why it's 3 lives, because it covers all 3.
Right.
You know, eras of
all
my
3
life.
stages. Well, I expect that you're going to have another book the same size because you've got a long ways to go, right?
Yes, I do.
See? All right. And we've got a long way to go in this movie, so let's get back to
Oh,
it, shall
quick.
we? All right, off we go. 27th day, and when we come back, we'll chat some more, right?
Yes.
Hopefully. All right, see you soon.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Are those Mentos? Can I have one? Thank you. Yes. That was sweet of you. Uh-oh.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you missed the entire program. I don't know what to say to you because it's like you've missed Tina Cole. You've missed us talking about a book. You've missed most of the film. I think
don't want to miss this film.
They should switch over to just like Saturday Night Live or something. Maybe they can catch the last few skits of that show. No, please stay. We'll take anybody, late or not.
That's right.
We don't have enough people watching our show, so it's nice to have even the late ones come in.
True.
Right. So anyways, we are with Tina Cole, the wonderful Tina Cole, who played, what was your character's name?
Katie.
Katie on My Three Sons. And she was not one of the sons. She was,
No.
I suppose, the only daughter.
I could identify as...
Right, no. But no, we won't go there. You were the daughter-in-law to Fred McMurray.
I was.
And he was a wonderful man.
He was very kind. He was very shy.
Shy.
Very shy.
That's something you don't hear
and
too
kind
often
of
with an actor.
introverted. You know, as someone would walk on the set, the newspaper would go up. And not because he was stuck up or didn't want to talk, he just didn't know what to say.
Oh my goodness.
But he'd get on the set, you know, as his character and was hysterical. He could say more with the lift of one eyebrow than some actors could do with their whole faces.
My goodness.
But he was a lovely man.
Right.
He and his wife June were very dear to me.
You know, you could tell this with people sometimes, with actors, even though they're like doing a part, you could just tell the person inside is nice, and that was quite clear with him. You were telling me during the break that you met Keith Richards.
Oh.
I want to hear this story.
Oh, I don't know that you do, but I'll give it to you.
Oh, I've got my own Keith Richards
Yeah,
story, but I'm
oh,
going to tell
no,
you,
this
I want
was-
to hear yours.
Well, it was the Stones' first appearance, well, at least in California,
Right.
on the Hollywood Palace. And I mean, I had hung out with the Beatles, you know, and here are these, they were very clean, even though we talked about the long hair. They were very clean and neat and nice, you know, and the Stones were just grungy, smelly. I mean, their clothes reeked. They reeked, you know. It's just, and after so we'd have rehearsal and break, and then you know, everybody go to dinner. Well, the costumer went into the dressing room and he took their clothes and quickly took them to the dry cleaners and had them all
Oh, my
clean.
goodness.
And so when they got back from dinner, you know, the dressing room had been sprayed and all their clothes were nice and shiny, and they had a fit. And they said, that's our image. You can't do that.
Oh, my
they were
goodness.
so angry. But it was an odd combination. And Dean Martin was the host.
My
And
goodness.
if anybody can see this YouTube, it's got to be on YouTube somewhere. We were on, and then he was introducing the Stones, the King
Right.
sisters and cousins. And he, standing in the middle of his arms around us, and he said, well, next act is something about the Stones, and boy, are they stoned. And he starts
Oh, my
rolling his
goodness.
eyes, and he said, we won't see them very long.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
and
Look at that.
I mean, it's embarrassing when you
Right,
think about
right.
how long, you know, they've been
That's
performing.
incredible. That's
But
incredible.
it was the Stones and the King family and Bertha and Tina the elephants.
Oh, my goodness.
It was quite.
How
And so when
fun.
I was reading Keith's autobiography, and he talks about the Hollywood Palace, how, you know, it was they didn't like
Right.
doing that show.
Right.
And he talks about the bouffanted kings and Tina and Bertha.
That's how they described you?
We were the bouffanted kings.
Oh, my goodness.
But we got in his book.
That's
I
true.
think that was quite
That's true.
lovely.
Yeah, no, a mention even by Keith.
But Keith, yeah.
By Keith. All right, what do you say we wrap up this movie,
Let's do it.
and then we're going to find out what you're doing next.
Okay.
All right, off we go to the end of the 27th day. When the credits begin to roll, they are the credits for the movie. They are not the credits for this program. So that means you should stay Because
Please.
not only will Tina and I be wondering where you went, but we'll have Tangela here wondering where you went as well. So you
don't want to
go.
upset her.
No, you don't.
Disappoint her, no.
That would be terrible. All right, we'll see you soon. Have you seen this hideous thing?
It's scarier than the movie.
Oh,
You poor thing. What
She-
happened?
I think she brings it out merely to shock our guests.
I think so. Oh.
No, most of the week she does not have this hideous thing outside of her chambers. And no, she's got it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Anyways, this movie, the ending, all the bad people are gone on the planet.
Wiped out. I think it was a happy ending.
Not for the bad people. No, what kind of world does not have bad people? Bad people make good people
But do you
look
think
good.
it'll last very long?
No, well, think about it. All right, if you have a world where only good things happen, there's no such thing as good times, right? Because all times are good, therefore, without bad times, you don't have good times. It does not exist.
Well, that is that. Yes, you got to know the good to appreciate
Right.
Got to have the bad to appreciate the good.
Precisely. Now,
Yes,
if you
that's true.
eliminate all the bad people from the planet, and it's all good people, then I suppose some of the good people will become bad people because there'll be better good people than lesser good people.
Good point.
Right? Have you been mixing your own? She mixes her own dynamite, and it's a certain smell.
Oh.
It has a certain aroma on her hands. Let me see. Yep, she's been mixing dynamite
dear.
again.
Well, then maybe no, we don't want to eliminate her.
She comes across as so dainty, and she's got like a degree in chemistry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's terrible. All right. Anyways,
Yes.
fun movie. Maybe we'll show it again someday. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. But as far as you go, another book soon?
Probably. Well,
No. No, you spent a
my
lot of time
son
on
said,
this.
my oldest son said, "Mom, you could do a whole book on all the times that you tried to kill us."
There you go. No, you should turn into a fictional tale where you actually succeed.
Oh, ooh.
And then he could read how you know, his demise
I
could
mean, we
have
did
been
have some pretty close calls.
had you not been a wonderful mother.
I was a wonderful mother.
No, so no more books for a while. You need to
Not
take a
for
break.
a
But
while.
what are you going to be doing?
But
Like-
what I'm doing right now, I'm doing the Audible version.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so that
Are
will
you
be
doing
out
the whole
soon.
professional studio thing where you go in the studio?
Do
You
it in
just-
my home.
you do it
I've got
on
my
your
own
own.
little setup.
So
I'm only on
if we
chapter
purchase
4,
this,
but-
we're going to hear your cat meowing in the background.
what I'm afraid of.
And
You know what?
The washing machine running.
I've got a little clicker that that you train dogs with.
Right.
And when a sound or a plane flies over or something, I click and wait till it goes, and then I click it again and continue. So the editor then puts the two clicks together. Brilliant. Huh?
I could have used
And
that
they've got
on my
a
last
de-esser.
album.
They have a de-esser and they have a de-clicker. I'm a clacker.
Oh,
There's lots of
right. Yes.
smacks, and there's a program that declacks and
Oh no, I've done
de-esses.
sound mixing. I know all about all
Yeah,
these.
it's very exciting.
I have a plug-in that can make you sound like Mickey Mouse.
I love that.
Now imagine if you read this book in the voice of Mickey Mouse.
That would be very
I can do that for
interesting.
you. We'll trade numbers. We'll
All
talk
right.
about it. All right. Well, your book. We go to. You said she cleared that up. It's Amazon.com, right?
Yes.
Not the. You do not have to go
Oh
to
no!
the actual
Don't go to
Amazon.
the jungle. You don't need a pith helmet.
You do not have to go to the actual Amazon to purchase this book. You can go to Amazon.com,
Barnes and
Tina
Noble.
Cole, My 3 Lives, and look for this wonderful lady on the front. This is the same woman.
And if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my Facebook page,
Oh, tell me this. What is
and
it?
I will
is it?
autograph a book specifically for you.
Of course you will, but how do they find your Facebook page?
Tina Cole.
Just look up Tina Cole on Facebook. And there's a personal page? Or is it
No, it's my professional page.
professional page, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So you
And
find
there's
Tina
a
Cole
store
on
there,
Facebook.
and you click on the store, and you can order the hardback or the soft.
I recommend the hardback because, it could be used in hand-to-hand combat if
You
necessary.
could do that on your head, remember? And put it on.
Yeah, yes, exactly. All right, thank you so much for love. Next time you're in town, you come see us. We'll have tea.
Love it.
All right?
All right.
See you next time. And as far as you guys go, thank you so much for staying up and watching our program. We know you could have been out building something. They could have been out building a shed.
How about
or
a
something.
boat?
A boat. They could have been building a boat, but instead you stayed here and you watched this silly movie and this wonderful guest with us, and we appreciate you doing that. And next week we're going to have a different guest and a different movie. I don't know who, don't know what, but don't forget, we love you. See you next time.
Bye.
So, Tina.
Yes?
I was skimming through this book, and I could not find one mention of creature features.
Oh, it must have been one of those typos I was talking about.